Hi, friends. Welcome back to Podmas Day 4. This is Genuinely Curious with Shantiana Keys, and I'm bringing you an episode every day until Christmas. So I'm excited to be with you today to talk about the WNBA and some of the coaching changes that have happened. Okay. The most notable today was the Connecticut Sun hiring Rashid Mezian. I think that's how you say his name. Rashid Mezian, who was the Belgian national team's coach. Okay, took them to a Euro championship in 2022, I believe. And yeah, there's another man coaching a WNBA team. And I'll be honest with you, sometimes when you're like seeing it, right? Like a new coach gets hired and you see it's a man, you're like, okay, am I overinflating it in my head that there are more than there are? And so I went to go look, okay? So with him, we are now up to 4 male coaches. Now, let's remember, there are 12 teams right now. And the Valkyries, the Golden State expansion team that will be playing next year, hired a woman, like, thank goodness, from the Aces, and she had NBA experience, Natalie Nakase. I hope I'm saying that right. And so that was great. Like, that to me is a perfect hire. She has championship experience. She has NBA experience if that is necessary. And yeah, she's a woman. I love that. I love that for her. Former player, college experience. So I don't know. I have a hard time. And this is, youth sports. I've been in youth sports at many different levels, middle school, high school, AAU. And my mind says always a woman coach. It's the reason that I stayed in coaching for so long is that I want to give girls the opportunity to be coached by a woman. I had the fortune of playing for a woman throughout my youth career, and it does make a difference. And not that men can't coach women, because I've had that too. I played for 2 male coaches when I was in college. And there's a difference. There's a difference in like understanding and relatability. And not that these women who are pros need that. I don't know that they need that. And I'm sure that they have things to say about it. But how does it look for your league to not look like its players? I think that that's crazy. Can you name an NBA coach who is a woman? No. I'm waiting. All right. Becky Hammon was like the closest thing we thought was they were going to make it happen. That Pop brought her in. He taught her so much and she was going to go out. She got the G League opportunity. Like, just thought that she was going to be the person to break that ceiling. And I just don't think that that's true anymore. I mean, it's possible. Like, if she gets a couple of championships with the Aces, which she already has, but more, maybe, she takes a chance again at the WNBA, or excuse me, the NBA. But I just don't know that is going to be true. So I came here basically to rant, right? So in college, it's the same problem. So I looked up a few things. So the AP News, according to them, women comprise less than half the head coaching positions and just over half of the assistant coaching positions for women's college teams in the 2021-22 school year. So, of course, that's not right now, but that's just 2 years ago. Women held just 42% of head coaching positions of women's teams in the NCAA Division I, a slight increase from the previous season. And for all 3 divisions combined, women filled 41.2% of head coaching positions and 50.3% of assistant coaching positions for women's teams. So less than half for head coaching positions and just over half for the assistant coaching positions. Yeah. Okay. So first, let me start my rant by saying I actually hate when men come over from men's basketball or boys basketball to coach girls and women, as if it's some sort of either stepping stone or that it's somehow they couldn't get the job done on one side, so they came to the other. I hate that and have always hated that. So that's always my first gripe. I obviously we can go through some of the names who have been hired, but I'm just speaking from a general sense, right? Like Carl Smesco, don't know why he's in women's coaching, but has been with women's coaching for a very long time, right? But I'm just saying, like, the opportunities have to be given to women. You cannot tell me, even especially at the college level, you cannot tell me that there are not enough women who want those jobs. I used to work at the Women's Basketball Coaching Association. Women want those jobs. Bottom line, there are plenty of women. They don't get the opportunity to fail as often as the men do and get rehired. That's part of the problem too. But like this idea that there are not enough great women candidates to coach women, I don't buy it. It's the same thing they say about youth sports. There aren't enough women who want to coach the youth sports. So they have all these men who want to coach 14-year-old girls play AAU. Baby, I don't even want to do that. So don't tell me that that's who's beating down the door. I'm sorry. Anyway, that was a tangent, but more on this particular article. So there's an annual report by the University of Central Florida's Institute for Diversity and Ethics in Sports. It's called TIDES. Okay. They gave schools a C for overall racial and gender hiring practices. But the director of TIDES, okay, and the person who wrote this report, Richard Lapchick, called the representation of women coaches in women's sports the most depressing statistic that we report every year. The most depressing statistic that they report every year. This man is saying, someone who looks at diversity and ethics. Beautiful. It doesn't even make any sense to me that nearly 60% of women's teams are coached by men 50 years after the passage of Title IX. Y'all, this is low-key embarrassing. Title IX, for those who don't know, is a federal law best known for its role in gender equity in athletics and preventing sexual harassment on campuses. And so that just makes you think, there are reports out here, and yet we're still not making leaps and bounds, even at the most elite of levels. Still not making enough progress. He said, an ideal goal is to be representative of the student athletes that are playing, or at least close to that. Okay. What does it look like? Black women play at a high rate. So coaches, and that's a whole other podcast, Black coaches not getting the opportunity to coach at the highest level. That's in all the pro sports. Okay, so diversity in that realm, but we just got to step it up. Like, at what point do we draw a line and say, okay, this isn't good enough, right? A third of the league being coached by men, and there are two coaching positions left open. So which I don't even know how you can hire a man at this point in either of those spots, because I just think it could go poorly. It could go poorly. But I think the other thing is that there are 3 positions that were filled by men. And so again, we've been looking at these 7 vacant coaching positions. 7 sounds like a lot, but I guess that's right. 7 positions. And it just seems like time after time it's been a man. So for the Connecticut Sun, again, Rashid. And then you move to the Atlanta Dream, who had Tanisha Wright, a former WNBA player, and now has been replaced by Carl Smesco, who came from the college game at Florida Gulf Coast, who had a phenomenal coaching career there, has the 3rd highest winning percentage of active D1 coaches. So, like, he's a winner. He's only behind Gino Auriemma and Kim Mulkey. And so, yes, he's a winner. It seemed random to me, if I'm being honest, but there was no one else qualified that they went after. Like, I just want to know who's being interviewed, honestly. And yes, you have to break new talent, and you do want to draw, the big fish in from the college game, but I don't know. That one's tough. Okay, and then at Chicago, Teresa Weatherspoon, who I thought was phenomenal. They had issues, but even more so than like the winning. The winning, to me, story-wise, she's a part of, like, Chicago is going to bring you the drama, okay? Like, I don't think that they're ever going to be short of the drama. But she also spoke the language of the kids who were there, these young kids who were there. Now, I don't know if they had issues there. It doesn't seem to be. I've not heard anything. So that's tough. Like, Angel Reese was ready to ride for her at Dawn. So it's hard for me to believe that she was doing anything wrong. But I also know Angel Reese played for Kim Mulkey, and like not a bad word was said. No? I do think very different situations though. So again, I'm hoping that there was no issue with Weatherspoon. But to put somebody out after a season, their first season, seems crazy. And they played well even without Angel Reese. And they had injuries. Like, I don't know. I just felt like that was a bit premature, and they really owed her better. And I hope someone else will hire her, but I just don't know that that's likely. But Teresa Weatherspoon was replaced by Tyler March, who was at the Aces and also had NBA experience. And flip-flop, Kurt Miller, who was at the Sparks, was replaced by Lynn Roberts, who is also a college coach, successful in turning that program around and getting into the tournament in the last couple of years. But I don't know. It actually, when you look at it on paper, again, 4 out of 12 is crazy. It's actually insane. You have Carl Smesco, Tyler Marsh, Nate Tibbett, and then now this new Rashid coach at the Connecticut Sun. So, and like I said, Dallas and Mystics are still open. Paige is coming to Dallas. So, you know, people are going to be saying, oh, well, they deserve the best, and it's got to be some man, and it's got to, like, I don't know. There has to be a woman out there. There have to be women out there worthy of these jobs. And it's like, are y'all looking hard enough? Because that's how I feel about most diversity things, where they're like, I got to find the best candidate, but I can't find them. Where are they? It's like, how hard did you look? Did you only go to the same places you typically go? Did you not think outside the box? What was going on? So yeah, this is a pretty short episode, and I feel like I got off what I needed to get off. But I'm not thrilled. And I don't think I'm the only WNBA fan that feels that way, that women should get the opportunity at the very least to coach women, to excel in the sport that they help build. Simply, the sport that they know that they played in, that they gave blood, sweat, and tears, give effort to. Like, now that the game is hot, come on. We shouldn't give anybody a job that hasn't been 10 toes down with us. Shouldn't. So anyway, that's been Podmas Day 4. I can't promise whether we'll be sports or pop culture tomorrow. We'll probably be a little bit of both. So come back. Hope y'all are having fun. And if you haven't listened to the other episodes, make sure you check out 1, 2, and 3. We talk Wicked. We talk consumerism, shopping, Black Friday, all the things. So come back. Bye.